I'm editing the video behind me right now that you're about to watch, and I decided to include it on the Lost Timber channel that you're watching here now. So the intro of it kind of describes vlogs, which I do on my separate personal channel, which you guys can all go check out. It's DEVZW3. But at the moment, this really hit me, and it's all about Lost Timber and about the whole idea of what I was going through and how it contributes to the brand. So I hope that you guys can enjoy it as well. And if you're watching this from my normal channel, but you're on the Lost Timber channel to see it, welcome to this channel, to many channels. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, stay tuned. I was not expecting this to be the video that I upload when I haven't uploaded in a while. Kind of what I'm about to talk about right now. I'm going to try to make this very quick and simple in the best way I can, so it's not like a 40-minute video. I just felt the need that I really need to make this a video because it really hit me hard after just realizing what all went on with this. First, I have been filming certain things here and there for vlogs, but I never like fully finish them, so that's why I never like got the motivation to complete a video for you guys. Now, what is this video about? That's in a vehicle, inside a truck, you know, here, like normal. I had another big realization today involving my brand of Lost Timber here and why I started this. Not even just why I started it, but why I put it towards what I want it to be and what the whole apparel line really means, which I know you guys have seen and heard me talk about before, but I wanted to put it in perspective and show you guys for a second. Today I worked my day job. I'm a maintenance technician at a car wash, and I usually work 10 hours, so 10 and a half with a lunch. So I started this morning at 5:30, it's 5:29, so by the time I got home, it was right at 4 o'clock p.m. And I drive a company vehicle, drive a work truck. This is why I started this brand here, because this is what happened. So once I drove home, I went on my phone. Okay, and I go on my phone a lot, and I'll go on like Facebook, or I'll go on Instagram or Snapchat, and I watch all the suggested videos, all these different posts, you know, and those. I was in that work truck, sitting there, moving in different positions, etc., until about 9:40 p.m. But to put that into perspective, I was on Facebook videos, social media, Snapchat, Instagram, for literally 5 consecutive hours because I just was not feeling in a good place of mental health. And do you think any of that made any of that better? No. I'm going to show you something. This is something that Apple's created. I think most phones probably do it these days, where it has your screen time. Of course, I do use my phone for work as well, so that's why it's a full 9 hours. But I'm going to show you this. That says 9 hours and 30 minutes screen time. And you see all that? That's where I had my Facebook time. And if you see on the bottom, it says Facebook 5 hours. That was all just completely wasted time. And not just as bad of an impact in my health of how I didn't use my time wisely. What I did with my eyes there, and with the videos I was watching like different vloggers or joker, like comedies or short skits, or different little like seminars, or you know, all these random. You guys ever go on Facebook? It's like a never-ending stream of videos, enough to be able to occupy 5 hours of consistent streaming. I mean, I think the longest video out of all of that was maybe 25 minutes. So you can imagine how many videos I watched. And you get to see all these different things that people are doing, and you have all these dreams because you're watching what's being done on this little screen, this little thing that's eating your life away. You know, I drove my truck right now to go get something to eat because I am having the worst headache at the moment. I know it's not just from not eating for 5 hours, but also from the stress, because you crave like a better life or a better want by watching all of this social media or interacting with all that. Just your mind staring at a screen, which also probably isn't good for your eyes either. And it really hits you inside to where you start to stress that you're not doing enough, or you're not where you're at in life, or your job's not what you want your job to be. And, you know, one thing that scared me, actually, no, true story about watching this, is I watched somebody describe like the working life, like how it all revolutionized since the Industrial Revolution, and how we kind of based a standard off of that. And they said, you know, you work your day job for 40 years. And I started thinking like, oh, that's weird. Because you kind of start around 18, 19. I started at 19, my first like actual paycheck job. And you work, you know, from 20 basically to 30, 40, 50, 60. Of course, a couple years for retirement, etc. to put in there. And then you retire. I've already worked at the job I'm at now for more than 6 years. And I'm 25 years old now. And the thought that I only have 35 years of working life left, so to say, in a sense, because I've already done, you know, 6 years. That being said, guys, your life is passing you by, literally. And when you shove yourself in a dark area into these screens, whether it's a small screen, a big screen, a TV screen, it literally will consume so much of your energy and the inner you. As much as I'm being a hypocrite, because social media really helps spread, for instance, what you're watching right now, or spread Lost Timber, or even the meaning behind this, that I'm trying to make a community of people together that know that we're all here to support each other on feelings like this. As much as it's a great tool for that, it's also one of the worst things ever, because look at our society. I don't have that good of a family life. I never had growing up. I mean, I would say now I can say I have family. Family's becoming more of a term used in my life. But with a lot of families these days, and with a lot of life these days, you know, people have jobs all around the clock. It's kind of everywhere. You have people that got to work till graveyard shift, morning shift. The thought of like a family dinner and organized like family outings and being available for this or for that, it just doesn't happen anymore. Name a millennial that has a retail job that gets to have weekends off. Every weekend off. Go ahead. Name that for me. I'm just saying, guys, it's crazy when you take a step back and you see all this. And that's where I lived the first hand of this whole thing that I created about mental health, depression, and loneliness. Because you'll never realize how lonely you are until you realize that you spent 5.5 hours in a truck. I keep having like hiccups. Watching internet videos. Honestly, me sleeping for 5 hours, especially since I got up at 4:30 in the morning, would have been better for me than watching videos and staring at a screen with my neck crimped down like this, sitting in a chair for 5 hours in a truck. I wanted to put this into a video because I as much as I tried to say and put, I live this firsthand. This brand, this idea, this story, I live this firsthand till today. That's how I get the advice to share to you guys about Lost Timber, is I look at what I'm doing in my life and what I'm going through, and I get to reflect that to you guys of, look, this is bad. And I know that. So I'm kind of helping myself here by helping those, because I know that I'm not the only one that feels like like this. I know I'm not the only person that suffers through these things. I'm a good person. I'm a legit person. A legit person. I have friends. I have people who care about me, and I'm normal in that way. But I'm also normal in the sense that I have issues. I get lonely. I've had a weird growing up. I've had weird ways of just how my head works. I have anger management problems. I get mad if you cut me off on the road, which is bad because I have Lost Timber plates on my truck, and I set a bad example for my company. I just want, from the bottom of my heart, to put my passion is knowing that I can help others and relate to others, and I can kind of get inside their minds like I'm inside my mind, and realize we gotta put an end, or even if I don't even think there is an end. I would say we would put an end to it, but there is no end with the way the world is today. You're not gonna just get rid of phones. I'm not gonna get rid of my phone. I'm not. Like, that's just how life is. I could be more self-disciplined and tell myself, you're not gonna be on your phone for 5 hours in a truck, and to limit myself away from these social medias and kind of push myself back from that. But what I'm saying is kind of like, as an overall, the world is not gonna just walk away from technology like that. So what we have to do is kind of see this and then be able to use a tool to help in that. Make this a positive thing, not something that's consuming your life. And I'm not even trying to harm out phones right now. I'm not even trying to harm out media right now. I'm saying to where it gets to an unhealthy level and you're just like staring at all this like fun and scripts and things that you're not partaking, and it hits you somewhere. Even if you don't feel like it does, it makes you feel a certain way. Like I said, I wanted it to be short, and so far, unedited, I'm 12 minutes in, almost 13, with half a battery on here. I didn't mean for it to sound like a rant or get confusing or crazy, but I wanted to make this a video because this is where my thoughts go. This is where my true feelings are. This is where Lost Timber comes from, and I just want to be real with you guys. You know, like I say, I make all of this stuff by hand. This is hand pressed on. I make every individual order on top of my day job and on top of my 5 hours of nonsense. But I honestly wouldn't have that any other way, because at least I'm helping something with this, and it's helping me as well, in here and in here, because that's my heart. Well, on a more positive note, I hope my audio recorded, and I hope my microphone worked and everything like that. My card worked and everything, and I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, and hopefully I got a little message through there or not. And I know most of these don't get watched, but that's okay, because the people that do watch them, I feel like it's just like fate that they watch them. Like, it just gets there, you know? That's how just things work. Like I had the idea. Like, I was really disappointed in myself today. I was like, it's almost 10 o'clock. What happened? It started getting cold in the truck, and I thought, I need to make this a video. Yeah, let's make this a video. And I grabbed the camera, and I went to go get some snacks, well, some protein, and a white tea with sugar. I am probably going to include this on the Lost Timber channel, depending how it looks after I edit it. So if it is, hello, second video on the Lost Timber channel. Devin, Lost Timber. I'm Devin. This is Lost Timber. And thank you for listening if you got this far, and thank you for watching. Spread the word. Spread what we're doing here. Become a part. And just know that we are standing here. I always say we. Even though I solely run this company at the moment, I have many people who are joined in with me that help me with this and motivate me and fuel me and really boost me out there. And that's why I always say we. Because eventually, and what we are we. It's a community. It's we. Thanks, guys, for watching. And I will catch you guys in the next video.